I want you to imagine for a moment that the entire universe is conspiring in your favor. That every delay, every redirection, every moment of uncertainty is not an obstacle, but a blessing cloaked in disguise. Imagine that there's not a single atom, not a single breath you take, not a single step you walk that isn't being orchestrated for your highest good. Imagine that behind the curtain of appearances, behind what your senses report to you, everything is working out perfectly for you, even if it doesn't look like it. This is not fantasy. This is law. This is the truth that governs your life, whether you recognize it or not. What you assume to be true, what you believe with conviction, becomes the life you live. You see, we are told, according to your faith, be it unto you. And faith? Faith is nothing more than persistence in the assumption that something unseen is real. When you act as if everything always works out for you, you align with that law. You harmonize with the pattern of fulfillment. You walk, speak, and think from the end, where the desired outcome has already happened. You do not ask how. You do not beg the universe. You do not wait for signs. You dwell in the knowing. You live in the feeling of certainty. There was once a woman who came to me, broken, defeated by life's apparent injustices. She said, "Neville, I've prayed, affirmed, visualized, yet nothing has changed. What am I doing wrong?" And I told her, "You are doing all these things from the standpoint of someone who lacks, who hopes it will work, but fears it may not. Reverse it. Act as if it has already worked out. Feel the relief now. Live from the end." And she did. She stopped asking. She started assuming. She began to carry herself with quiet confidence. No longer waiting for signs, she became the sign. The job came. The relationship improved. Her health transformed. But more than anything, her inner world shifted. She lived in peace, in power, in certainty. You see, to act as if everything always works out for you is not arrogance. It is not delusion. It is alignment with your divine inheritance. You are not some accidental product of chance. You are imagination itself. And imagination creates reality. Your world is your mirror. It reflects what you persistently assume to be true. So I ask you, what do you believe when things don't go your way? Do you spiral into fear? Do you assume failure? Or do you remember that appearances are only shadows cast by your inner light? Everything can change in an instant, if you will but assume it already has. You must feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You must enter the state of the solution, not the problem. Man is all imagination, and God is within you, as your own wonderful human imagination. When you imagine that everything is working out for you, and you feel it deeply, you are speaking the language of God. You are commanding the world to take shape in your... Do not be swayed by the evidence of your senses. The senses show you what has been, not what must be. The moment you accept a new idea and clothe it in feeling, you've planted the seed. Whether or not it shows results immediately does not matter. The seed is growing. And if you persist in the assumption that everything always works out for you, that seed becomes a tree, and that tree bears fruit. Anyone can believe when all looks favorable, but true power is when you believe in spite of appearances. When the world says no, but your inner world says yes. When the bank account is low, but you walk like someone already abundant. When the relationship seems lost, but you live from the state where love is already restored. How do you do this? You begin with imagination. Close your eyes and see, not with the eyes of flesh, but with the eyes of spirit. What would it feel like if you knew without a shadow of doubt that everything is working out? Feel that. Let it saturate your being. Carry it into your waking life. That feeling is the prayer. That feeling is the key. Because feeling is the secret. Think of the job you didn't get, the person who left, the delays that frustrated you, and yet, How often have those so-called setbacks revealed themselves as blessings in disguise? What if you could trust that now? What if you could live from that trust? Here's the truth. You already are the version of you for whom everything is working out. That state already exists. Creation is finished. Your job is not to make something happen, but to select the state you desire and dwell in it. You shift states by assumption, by conviction, by persistence. Each time you say, "It's always working out for me," you're stepping deeper into that state. You are becoming the one who lives in harmony with divine favor. And the world, being a faithful mirror, must show you what you assume. It is not effort that changes things. It is not struggle. It is not long hours of prayer. It is the acceptance of the end. Accept the end as real, and the means will follow naturally. Life rearranges itself to match your assumption. You are not unlucky. You are simply faithful to the wrong assumption. Change it. Change it. Everything is always working out for me. Not with hope, but with certainty. Even if nothing seems to change at first, hold steady, because the law is exact. The law is obedient. You must become faithful to your vision, not your fear. You don't scratch the mirror to change your reflection. You change yourself. So I invite you, from this moment on, to act as if everything is working out for you, not pretending, but living. This is not magic. This is not luck. This is law. Now go live from the end. Live from peace. Live from the certainty that everything always works out for you. And now, as the final echoes of these words settle within you, I invite you to pause and breathe, not just with your lungs, but with your awareness. For what you have just received is not merely information, but a transmission, a remembering. You have been reminded of something ancient, something eternal, something powerful beyond all circumstance, that you are the operant power. You don't need permission to assume the best. You don't need the world to prove anything first, because it is not the world that leads, it is you. Your imagination is not a toy. It is not escapism. It is the creative womb of your reality. And the assumptions you persist in and day out, shape the very fabric of your experience. It was never about controlling the outer world. It was always about mastering your inner world and letting the outer world conform. Now, you may be tempted to slip back into the old way, to wait for proof, to argue with appearances, to fall into doubt when things seem unchanged. But remember this: the gardener does not dig up the seed each morning to check if it's growing. He trusts the process. He nurtures the soil. He waters with belief. You are that gardener. Your assumption is the seed. Your feeling is the soil. Your faith is the water. Keep watering. Let the roots of your knowing go deep. So deep that even when the winds of delay or fear or confusion come, you remain unmoved. Let your stillness become your power. Let your imagination become your sanctuary. And let your assumption that everything is always working out for you become your unshakable truth. Because soon, the world will reflect back your certainty. And when it does, when the breakthrough arrives, when the pieces fall into place, when the impossible becomes your new normal, you will not be surprised. You will smile, because you will know you've simply become the proof of the law. You've become a living testament to the power of assumption, not by force, not by chance, but by choice. And in that choice, you are free. So walk forward now, not as someone hoping, but as someone who knows that no matter what the world appears to show, underneath it all, beneath the surface of form, everything is always working out for you, and it always has been. Welcome home. If this message spoke to something deep within you, then stay close. Subscribe, follow, or simply come back whenever you need to remember who you really are. Because this is just the beginning. More awakenings, more guidance, and more truth are on their way to you. Until then, trust the unseen, persist in the feeling, and never forget, you are the operant power, and the universe is already responding.